Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, supporting arts, advancing culture, and connecting the community to artists, events, and classes at columbusmakesart.com.
This time on Broad and High, we pay tribute to National Poetry Month. High school students from across the state recite works of poetry on stage and in front of a panel of judges. They are competing for the honor of representing Ohio in a national contest. This and more right now on Broad and High. Welcome to Broad and High. I'm your host, Kate Quickle. Poetry Out Loud is a national arts education program that encourages the study of great poetry. After a one-year hiatus, Poetry Out Loud is back. We're here at the new WOSU headquarters, standing right outside the Ross Community Studio, where we hosted students from around the state for this year's event. Let's take a listen as students take the stage to compete for the honor of being named this year's Ohio Poetry Out Loud champion.
We are ecstatic to be celebrating 17 years of great literature, outstanding students, and goodwill fostered by this amazing contest. These students come from all across the state and have put in many hours of practice to get to this point. They competed at their high schools and then at some of our 6 regional semifinals and earned the honor of representing their school and their region at the state finals today. I wish you all the very best. We know that you'll represent us well tonight. We're looking forward to hearing you. We know it's been a tough year for everybody. I'm really proud of you. I'm really grateful for pushing forward and being here tonight, and I know you're going to do fantastic.
Congratulations to all the students and the teachers for what you've accomplished so far in the Poetry Out Loud process. You know, we're really blessed in Ohio to have outstanding artists, arts organizations, and an abundance of creativity and inspiring arts learning that's happening in our schools.
It is not easy to memorize a poem, and it is even more impressive to recite it with confidence and grace in front of an audience. That is what they are all going to do, aren't you? Yes. May your poems be your friends for life. The state finals will consist of 3 rounds. This year, each student will recite 1 poem in all 3 rounds. The scores from the 2 rounds are added together to determine the final ranking. All 6 students from the first 2 rounds will recite a 3rd poem in the final round. Contest results will be determined by the cumulative scores of all 3 rounds. The contestants will be scored in 6 categories: physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, overall performance, and accuracy. I'd like to thank our 3 distinguished and super intelligent judges, acclaimed poets in their own right: Rose Smith, Steve Abbott, Nancy Kangas. Thank you for lending your expertise to this event. We will also be assisted by Ohio Arts Council's Katie Monahan. Where's Katie? There she is, right there, serving as our prompter. Carla Osterley. Oh, there's Carla. There she is, right there behind the mask. Our accuracy checker, Jim Sakosh. There's Jim. Our scoring manager, and Jared Small, our scoring assistant. I have the pleasure of sharing MC duties with a special young man who I met 6 years ago at Poetry Out Loud State Finals when he was a senior POL school champion representing Chaminade Juliad Catholic High School in Dayton, Ohio. He went on to win the state competition in 2016, and now he is a graduate of Central State University, a filmmaker, a poet, and he's taken on the role of Poetry Out Loud student ambassador.
Thank you, Senator Kearney. I'm happy to be working with you tonight. Poetry Out Loud has made a meaningful impact in my life and has opened so many doors. I've made great friends around the state and around the country. I'm involved in arts in my professional work, and I still enjoy reading, writing, and of course, reciting poetry. Poetry will always be an important part of my life. And now, without further delay, let's begin round one of the 2022 Poetry Out Loud State Finals. Our first reciter, Amara Cochran, sophomore, Chaminade Julienne Catholic High School.
Angels don't come to the reservation. Bats, maybe, or owls, boxy mottled things, coyotes too. They all mean the same thing. Death. And death eats angels, I guess, because I haven't seen an angel fly through this valley ever.
Next, we have Mylene Dominguez, freshman, Toledo Early College High School.
They had hit Ruben with the high beams, had blinded him so that the van he was driving, full of Mexicans going to pick tomatoes, would have to stop. Ruben spun the van into an irrigation ditch, spun the 5-year-old me awake to immigration officers.
Next, we have Pius Etsy, senior, St. Francis de Sales High School.
I am the Smoke King. I am black. I am swinging in the sky. I am ringing worlds awry. I am the thought of the throbbing mills. I am the soul of the soul till he kills.
Next, we have Cameron Gehring, junior, Mount Healthy High School.
I have been one, acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain.
Next, Madeline Arizona Ham, senior, Logan High School.
I have studied the tight curls on the back of your neck, moving away from me, beyond anger or failure. Your face in the evening schools of longing, through mornings of wish and ripen. We were always saying goodbye, in the blood, in the bone over coffee.
Next, we have Samira Sisson, freshman, Cleveland Heights High School.
I remember the house where I was born, the window where the sun came peeking in at morn. He never came a wink too soon, nor brought too long a day, but now I often wish the night had borne my breath away. I remember the roses red and white, the violets and the lily cups, the flowers made of light. The lilac where the robin built, and where my brother set the laburnum on his birthday. The tree is living yet.
2 shall be born the whole world wide apart, and speak in different tongues, and pay their debts in different kinds of coin, and give no heed each to the other's being.
But what does she expect when, day after day, haters sling words at me? like jagged stones designed to split my skin. I retreat to my room, collapse on the bed, count 1, 2, 3. When I get to 10, I snatch up journal and pen, flip to a clean page, and unload my hurt.
You are sweet, oh love. Dear love, you are soft as the nesting dove. Come to my heart and bring it to rest as the bird flies home to its welcome nest. Come when my heart is full of grief, or when my heart is merry. Come with the falling of the leaf, or with the reddening cherry. Come when the year's first blossom blows. Come when the summer gleams and glows.
My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo, and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it.
A wise woman once told me, "Don't worry about you. Worry about who you could be." I want to be the woman who sits on a desk and writes pieces of oceans, rivers, on a white space in a place where imagination has no border.
In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back. Till the heart of me weeps to belong. To the old Sunday evenings at home with winter inside, and hymns in the cozy parlor, the tinkling piano our guide. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano appassionato. The glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past.
Wonderful, fantastic. How many superlatives can we give these students? Great job. Great job. Great job.
We ask our children to act calm, nervous, whatever innocent looks like when some cop shows his badge, pulls his gun, slows his car. We beg kids to say soft, yes, sirs. We beg kids to get on the hood of that car, empty their pockets, shut up. Put your hands behind your head. No is an existential threat. 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 Never 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 is an existential threat. We dare ask for humility in the face of this oppression. We have no idea what the threat feels like. But we know Brianna, Rakia, Sandra, Nia, Betty, Yvette, Miriam, Sharice, Ahmad, Trayvon, Eric, Laquan, Michael, Philando, Stefan, Alton, Amadou, Akai, Quintonio, Rumai, John, Jordan, Jonathan, Reynaldo, Kendrick, Ramarley, Kenneth, Robert, Walter, Terrence, Freddie, Samuel, George, Tamir, and more and more and more. There's no open wrist declaring our innocence that will confer peace where innocence need. Our children stand in front of doors, pages, words in the streets. They shut down. They shut down. They shut down the forces that burn against them.
No, I wasn't meant to love and be loved. If I'd lived longer, I would have waited longer. Knowing you are faithless keeps me alive and hungry. Knowing you faithful would kill me with joy. Delicate are you, and your vows are delicate too. So easily do they break. You are a laconic marksman. You leave me not dead, but perpetually dying. I want my friends to heal me, succor me. Instead, I get analysis. Conflagrations that would make stones drip blood are campfires compared to my anguish. Two-headed, inescapable anguish. Love's anguish or the anguish of time? Another dark, severing, incommunicable night. Death would be fine if I only died once. I would have liked a solitary death. Not this lavish funeral, this grave anyone can visit. You are mystical, Ghalib. And also, you speak beautifully. Are you a saint or just drunk, as usual?
I am the people, the mob, the crowd, the mass. Do you know that all the great work of the world is done through me? I am the working man, the inventor, the maker of the world's food and clothes. I am the audience that witnesses history. The Napoleons come from me and the Lincolns. They die. And then I send forth more Napoleons and Lincolns. I am the seed ground. I am a prairie that will stand from much plowing. Terrible storms pass over me. I forget. The best of me is sucked out and wasted. I forget. Everything but death comes to me and makes me work and give up what I have. And I forget. Sometimes I growl, shake myself, and spatter a few red drops for history to remember. And I forget. When I, the people, learn to remember. When I, the people, use the lessons of yesterday and no longer forget who robbed me last year, who played me for a fool, then there will be no speaker in all the world say the name the people with any fleck of a sneer in his voice or any far-off smile of derision. The mob, the crowd, the mass will arrive then.
Helen, thy beauty is to me like those Nicean barks of yore that gently o'er a perfumed sea to his own native shore. On desperate seas, long wont to roam, the hyacinth hair, that classic face. Thy naiad airs have brought me home to the glory that was Greece and the grandeur that was Rome. Lo, in yon brilliant window niche, how statue-like I see thee stand, the agate lamp within thy hand. Ah, Psyche, from the regions which are Holy Land.
Just look, 'tis 6:15, love, and not even the fires are caught. Well, you know I must be at the office, but as usual, the breakfast will be late. Now hurry and wake up the children, and dress them as fast as you can. Poor dearies, I know they'll be tardy. Dear me, what a slow, poky man. Have the tenderloin broiled nice and juicy. Have the toast browned and buttered all right. And be sure you settle the coffee. Be sure that the silver is bright. When ready, just run up and call me. At 8 to the office I go, lest poverty grim should o'ertake us. 'Tis bread and butter, you know. The bottom from stocks may fall out. My bonds may get below par. Then surely I seldom could spare you a nickel to buy a cigar. All ready, now while I am eating, just bring up my wheel to the door. Then wash up the dishes, and mind now, have dinner promptly at 4. For tonight is our women's convention, and I am to speak first, you know. The men veto us in private, but in public they shout, "That's so." So bye-bye, in case of a rap, love. Before opening the door, you must look. Oh, how could a civilized woman exist without a man cook?
I like the lady horses best, how they make it all look easy. Like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap on grass. I like their lady horse strut after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But most of all, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. It's as if that big dangerous animal is part of me. That part that under my delicate skin lies an 8-pound beating heart, great with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to look up my shirt and see the and see the heavy, great machine that knows, that thinks, no, it knows it's going to place first.
Thanks to each of you for reminding us of the importance and relevance of poetry today. While the final contest results are tabulated, we are excited to welcome back our very special guest and co-MC for the night, Thomas Ellison.
I have a piece entitled Maya's Interlude. It's like a reference point to the great Maya Angelou. Kind of summon my inner her. My apologies if I didn't see your tweet. I only hop on the bird when I feel blue, and I guess that goes the same for IG. My feathers don't flock, but together we fly further and further away from the nest as if we weren't better off walking. Chirping away at the past with hopes that we could walk back. I still on the sparrow. Head over horizon. Where there's nothing left to quote, no one else left to mention. But what do I know about taking off? I'm just another caged bird in the choir. Thank you.
The results are in, as you can obviously see, and we will announce the 3 winners. Our 3rd place winner is Madeline Arizona Ham, senior, Logan High School. Our 2nd place winner is Cameron Gehring, junior, Mount Healthy High School. And now the 1st place prize the winner of Ohio's 17th annual Poetry Out Loud competition and our new Poetry Out Loud state champion, Pius Edsey, Senior, St. Francis de Sales High School. Thank you, everyone, for attending and supporting poetry.
This year's Poetry Out Loud National Finals will take place virtually. To learn about that and more, check them out online at poetryoutloud.org. Well, that's our show. Remember, you can find all of our stories online at WOSU.org, as well as on our YouTube channel. For all of us here at WOSU, I'm Kate Quickle. Thanks for watching.
And this house has changed my point of view, but I'm not the same girl you knew. And I don't need you to say who I am or where I belong.
Production of Broad and High is funded in part by the Greater Columbus Arts Council, supporting arts, advancing culture, and connecting the community to artists, events, and classes at columbusmakesart.com.